What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA CES 50 recap show. And it wouldn't be a complete recap show if we were missing one of the main ingredients behind all of the excitement, which is SweetBread himself. What's going on, SweetBread?
What's going on, my man?
Not much, just enjoying this perfect East Coast afternoon. Opened the pool up, went for the birthday dip this weekend. Had a great weekend watching your fight, man. You guys definitely put on a great performance. I was talking with everybody online that was just going crazy at the edge of their seat. I even gave round 2 of your fight round of the night, and I want to relive some of those moments that were going on within those first couple of rounds, what was going on with you. But first, man, how's your day going?
It's going good, man. I had my first day back to work, did payroll, did the work thing, and I just left the gym now. Getting right back to it, getting right back to work, man.
So let's walk us through the main event here. I mean, before you even did your walkout and everything, were you kind of following along backstage the other fights, and what was going on backstage? What was the vibe going on backstage with you and your coaches?
Oh man, the vibe was great, man. I mean, the main event fighters get their own room, so we all kind of just get to chill in my own little private lobby area. But the feeling, the ambiance, everything was there, man. Everything. It was a great warm up, great camp. I had some issues, some setbacks during the camp that a lot of people didn't know about. I got my nose broken twice throughout the camp, and I had a slight tear in my left knee going into this fight. I wore the brace. And it makes no difference whatsoever from the results, absolutely none whatsoever. But overall, man, I got a lot to look back on, a little bit to work on, and a lot to look forward to.
I mean, the way that I scored it, I scored the first round and second round for you, and I kind of want to relive that moment really quick. So before you even had your walkout, I saw you before the fight even happened. You were totally laid back, calm. My girl Phoenix was even, did the interview with you backstage, and you were just, swag city, just relax, doing the old normal Italian thing, just, relax in a hostile environment,
That's it, man. You got to stay cool, calm, and collected. I'm a veteran of the sport, a veteran at Switzerland Casino. I've been there a lot. It's my home. And that's it, man. I just keep my composure, and I let it all ride out in the cage. I'm one of those type of fighters that when the cage door shuts, I try to rise to the occasion. I rise for the moment. But up until that point, man, I'm cool as a cucumber.
And you know what? You've been with CES since about 2010 now, going back to the horror show. What was it? The Cage of Horrors in October of 2010, man. And here you are. They're putting a lot of steam behind you. You've built up a great, couple of fight win streak leading up to this fight. You had a lot of support behind you. The crowd was going crazy. You definitely put on a great fight. So let's jump into round number 1. Before you guys, even walked, after you guys walked out, you're staring each other down. What's the corner saying? What's going through your mind?
Just sticking to the game plan. We knew Andre was going to come out hot in the first round. He was predicting a first round knockout. We knew he was going to show his cards all in the first round, and I wanted to show him that I could stand there with him and take his best shots. And a few times he landed some good shots, man. I just really wasn't anticipating getting caught in the second round, and that really is what kind of dictated the change in the game plan. But yeah, round 1, the plan was to stand and bang with them, edge it out on our feet, and then get closer to the end of the round, take him down, and kind of establish some dominance. And I thought we stuck to the game plan pretty well, and we did what we said we were going to do in the first round, and continued on in the second round until the cut took place, and we had to kind of change things up.
Yeah, so going into the second round, I had it, and I was even asking guys on Media Row. I even asked Andre himself what he thought, and he even said that that round most likely and our cards went towards you. I'm not sure what Pat Miletich had, but pretty favored towards having you win that very first round there. And this was a 5-round fight. That first round, you guys were going at it like you just said. Did your corner try to calm you down at that point? Because with the crowd cheering, you smell KFC and Taco Bell. What were you feeling like at the end of the first?
I felt great at the end of the first round. I felt like we did exactly what we planned to do. And even in the second round, I thought I still won the second round. I know he landed that good 1-2 combo, that cross cut me over the eye. But I felt like I had a good 3 minutes on top of him on the ground, landed some good shots. didn't complete what I had in my hands. You know, I had him in the rear naked choke. I could have finished him. I should have finished him, but I let it slip away.
So at the going into that third round, the way that the crowd was going, man, I mean, I was right next to your family. It was very emotional watching you fight, get this opportunity, and you know all the excitement that was in those first two rounds. And I looked to the guy next to me, and I was like, we got 3 more rounds of this. And then what was going on as soon as you guys went in for the third round? Bring us through that.
All right, so the doctor came in at the end of the second round and basically said that I had to protect my eye because he was on the verge of stopping the fight because of the cut over my right eye. So the game plan instantly changed from staying on our feet and banging and letting Andre close the distance because he does that like naturally. You know, he throws heavy, he throws hard. And it went from don't take a chance of banging with him. We got to get this guy on the ground and beat him on the ground. We can't take a chance of jabs opening up the eye. Even though the jabs would have stopped me, I would have kept coming forward. It would have opened the cut more, and it could have led to a stoppage because of, like I said, because of the bleeding. So, you know, I didn't make the right adjustment. I shot him real far away. I shot him blind, and I left my neck out there, and that's all she wrote, man. Andre took a very small window of opportunity, capitalized on it, and I got to tip my hat to him for that. You know, he stood composed. You know, I think him and I both thought and felt that the first 2 rounds were in my favor. Middleton had Andre win in the second round, which, you know, it's not unlikely, but I just felt like I had done more than enough in the second round. Outside of him landing that one punch, I thought I landed 2 good shots as well. And I thought the takedowns and the control on the bottom were enough to steal the round away.
You know, I even scored the second round for you as well. Even the people next to me did. I even asked Andre. Andre scored the round for you. But I've been talking to all the fighters on this card. They said that the canvas was pretty slippery. What can they do to fix that?
Man, you can see new canvas, man. They've had that one for a long time. A lot of old blood stains in it. I noticed the big difference. I went out to the Performance Center, the UFC Performance Center in Vegas. They almost have like it's almost like a vinyl, but it's so tight that you can easily wipe it off and get it dry, especially when the light's beaming on it. I just think it's time for CES to grab a new canvas, but that's got nothing to do with you know people falling over. You got to pay yourself, put some water on your feet or something, you know.
I remember talking to Justin Gaethje about 3 years ago when he was fighting for World Series of Fighting, and he was saying, you know, that was one of his biggest issues was the canvas being very slippery. And then, you know, Ray heard that, and I think they got on it at the time. But you know, it takes the fighters to kind of speak up about it to make that kind of stuff happen. Here we are at CES 50, man. You've been with this company for so long, and I want to talk about, you know, some of the big changes. But first, let me finish talking about the fight. One thing that I thought was very cool of you to do was, you know, as soon as we found out the result, it felt like a lot of the energies just got sucked out of the Twin River Casino. And, you know, you stepped up on your stool and you were like, no. Let's show respect and, you know, give this man a round of applause. I thought that was really cool of you.
Exactly, man. I don't play that, man. You're either going to cheer for me or root for a good fight. I don't play that game of booing anybody. I think it's disrespectful. Unfortunately, it's in the nature of people when things don't go their way. You know, they're going to get upset, and I understand that. I just want my fans and anybody listening to know that if you're there in support of me, support the sport, support me, support my opponent. You know, without my opponent, there is no fight. So the love's got to be there both ways. It's got to be mutual.
So after you walk out of there, what did you guys talk about? What did you and, you know, Coach talk about?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not ashamed to say it, man. I sat in the shower and cried a bit. Just, you know, I was very emotional throughout this whole camp. I was emotional when I first saw the belt. I'm an emotional person, you know, and I'm not going to say my emotions got the best of me throughout the fight because I thought I did a really good job of composing myself. But I got a big heart, and it's part of the reason of who I am. My heart is what pulls me through when there's nothing else, when there's no more gas in the tank. The skill set's not there. It's my heart that puts me through. So, you know, it was a little emotional in the back room, and I knew that it was. I can't point the finger at anybody. I know that my coaches, it wasn't in the game plan to change to make that adjustment to shoot from afar, and it was my job to set it up right, and I didn't do it, and I got caught. it's unfortunately it's a part of the fight game. Guys get caught. You know, the thing is, the deck, sometimes the cards don't get dealt the way you want it, but the deck can always get reshuffled. You can always play another hand. And that's what we're doing right now. We're just reshuffling the deck. We're going to work on some of the holes that I've developed, try to fill those holes, strengthen those holes, and make them strengths in my game. And I'm coming back a new me. And I'm going to come back for that belt, man. My word, I'm going to get that belt wrapped around my waist. I don't think I was outclassed in that fight at any moment. You know, I thought I was striking well with a high-level striker, a guy that was knocking people out left and right. I think Andre knew that. He hit me with some good shots. I think he hit me one of his best shots, and I kept coming forward. You know, I think that's got to speak for itself in a way. Not to take anything away from him. The kid's a hell of a competitor, hell of a striker, and a hell of a fighter, and a hell of a person, man. Very respectful throughout the whole camp. You know, never talked any shit. We kept it real from the weigh-ins till he even checked on me the morning after the fight to see how I was holding up. You know, he's a good dude. I got a lot of respect, man. I'm a new friend of his, and I'm a new fan.
You know, after the fight let out, you know, I was in the lobby with everybody. Everyone was, you know, talking about the fight. Your family and all your fans were there to support you, waiting for you to come out. And then here you come strolling out with, you know, Coach Mark Delagrati and everyone. You know, how awesome was it to just, you know, hear everybody start cheering your name? Did that cheer you up a little bit?
Yeah, it just reminds you, you know, that, you know, I don't fight because I need the money. I fight because I love doing it.
Yeah.
And having the support of my family, my friends, that's the value in it. You know, it's making my family, my fan base, my friends, and everybody, my supporters proud. That's all I want to do is make them proud. And it sucks to lose; it's never a good thing. But you learn from it, you grow from it. My whole career has been based on learning and growing from my losses and getting better, coming back stronger, coming on win streaks. You know, and that's part of my story. You know, I'm not going to be the perfect fighter. I'm not perfect, but I'll be back and I'll be better.
Italians thrive in these moments. You know what I mean? They always rise from the ashes. So,
definitely. You got to realize I'm Portuguese, man. I'm Portuguese.
Oh, man.
Portuguese, a little bit. Mediterranean, yes, but I'm Portuguese a bit. You know, MMA isn't very big in the Portuguese culture right now, and I'm trying to be an outlet for it. You know, I want my country and my heritage to be supportive. And I mean, if you didn't see it when you're out there, you'd have to be blind to death. I had a lot of support. I'm building a great fan base. You know, I sold more tickets to this fight than I have my entire career for any fight, and I'm going to continue on that path. I'm going to continue to be the icon of the Portuguese culture in the MMA world, and I'm glad to have them to represent.
So what are you doing right now with work and the family and everything? I would love to come out there, man, and do an interview in person in a couple of months, or, you know, whenever you get things back up and flowy.
So I'm working this whole week. I'll be in Vermont tomorrow. I believe I'll be in New York, New Jersey on Wednesday, in Maine on Thursday, and then I fly out for vacation on Friday, and I come back the following Thursday. So right now I'm just kind of getting caught with work this week. I did cut from full-time to part-time, but I worked like 5 hours last week because of fight preparation, so I'm putting some extra hours in this week. I would love to have you out here. You're going to come eat at my father's restaurant. He's got a Portuguese restaurant, pretty famous restaurant, been around for almost 25 years. You got to come out here and eat well. You won't be disappointed, I can promise you that. We can definitely do a recap, man. I'd love to have you out here and show you some Rhode Island love.
So listen, before we let you go, I think it's very important, since this was CES's 50th card that they've put on, and you've been with the promotion pretty much since day one. What do you think was the biggest change so far that you've seen within the promotion?
Obviously access has been a big outlet for CES. It's gotten them national exposure. You know, me and Greg Rebello have talked about it many, many times that there's a lot of fighters don't realize how privileged we are that we have CES and we have Twin River in our backyard, in our hometown. But there are fighters all over the country that look at CES as a stepping stone promotion to get to the UFC. And I'm very proud to be a part of the organization, be a part of their growth. You know, I've grown through them, and I felt like through me they've grown as well. I'm not the only fighter that's competed for them, but I love being part of their story and a part of their development. I fought on their first card, and I fought on just their last card. organization, and they're a huge part of me. I wouldn't be me without them.
And if you look at some of the guys that have come out, like Greg Rebello, like Matt Bissett, who we've had on the show, who was cage side there at the event, it's just so cool in 2018 to see the fighters and the media actually mingle at this day and age. Because me and James McSweeney were talking about it just moments ago on our podcast, how back in the day, the media and the fighters didn't really get along that well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I think now with the way social media works, I think they need one another. I think you need good fighters to represent your organizations, and you need those kind of guys to be outlets for the media. If you don't have good fighters representing you, and you don't have the media representing them, then your promotion doesn't grow here and grow ahead. So they all kind of triangulate and work off one another.
So before we let you go, is there anything else that you would like us to know? What do you think is going to be going on with you before the year's end? Here we are halfway through 2018. What does, the rest of this year look like for you? Do you think you're going to be back in there to fight again?
I'll definitely be back in there to fight. I mean, I can talk it over with my wife. If you're asking me right now, I want in on the next card. I want to probably fight two more times before the year is out, if not at least once. And then once again right after the new year. And hopefully 2 wins, 3 wins, whatever it takes, gets you back in there for a belt. I want to do whatever it takes to get my shot back at the belt. And if it's against Andre in a rematch, if Andre gets the call to the UFC, God bless him. I think he's deserving of it. The belt gets vacated if someone steps up and challenges him and is able to walk away from it. I'm gunning for that belt one way or another. And I'm looking to continuously keep growing as a martial artist and growing as a human being and as a man.
I would love to see that rematch, man. You guys definitely put on, you've really fought through the trenches here at CES. This was a great moment for you, and even though you got the loss, I think it was a great fight, and everybody enjoyed what they got to see. So all in all, it was a huge success. Everyone that I even spoke with was giving it, even 8 out of 10, saying that your fight was definitely one of the best fights of the night. Now, did you see any of the other fights, and what was your feedback for any other ones that you saw? Did anyone stand out?
I tell you what, man, you got to give John Manley a freaking 10 out of 10 for that damn chin of his, man. He stuck it out hard. Chris Matino, I was really happy to see him get back in the win column. I've been a fan of that kid since he was an amateur. I've trained with him. He's a stud, and I think if there's anybody that's going to come up the ranks and make some noise in the bantamweight division, I think Chris Matino's the next one. I think he had a hell of a performance. It was good to see him get back in that win column. Jose Lugo's another one. Great story behind him. Good to see him get the W. Fabio, that's my brother from another mother. He's going to be the next big thing at 205, and hopefully we'll get him back down to 185 soon, and he'll be challenging for that belt there once he gets his weight back down. But CES continues to promote and find the greatest talent in the Northeast, and those guys are going to grow and develop throughout them. So it's great to see them. I support the sport. I support New England MMA, and I'm a fan, and I'm an advocate for everybody that's coming through the circuit. I don't look at beefs. I don't look at people that are in my weight division as challengers. I look at them as growth and development for myself. If they're not doing well or doing better, I won't do well or do better.
I love it, man. It sounds awesome. And you were just talking about Chris, man. He's moving to 5-2 now. He got that first round finish via TKO, 1 minute 58 seconds. Fabio also as well with the submission in the first round. Jose Lugo with the second round rear naked choke. Man, everyone did awesome at CES. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me here on Pure Evil MMA for the CES recap. It would not be complete without the two guys in the main event, and it certainly wouldn't be complete without you. So thank you so much, SweetBread, for joining us here today on Pure Evil MMA. We wish you best of skill and recover fast to get back in that cage as soon as possible. And thank you once again for coming on the show.
Thank you, man. God bless.
There you go, guys. The main event there. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's live show. And the rest of the CES 50 recap is down below here on YouTube. I'll be adding this onto the official video. So make sure you guys check that out. We had Fabio Charant on, Jose Lugo. We also had on Chris O'Brien and Mallory Martin, who unfortunately the opponent came in 17 pounds overweight. Check that out down below. Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up like I said. And we'll see you in a couple of days. Behave yourselves. White knuckles till the end.